Come in, come in, come in, come in, come in.
Because you want breathing room around it. Do we expand on to make it the size of that?
I definitely want them to feel not like the same piece.
Are you good with this? Like,
Yes. T-shirt hanging, boom, boom, boom. One of these.
I like this.
I think that's just
You just
advertising.
put everything on here.
You know?
Okay, yeah.
And I think it makes sense to just come in, buy a T-shirt, and go.
Seeing this show here,
Yeah.
what's your favorite piece?
In this show, it really might be this one. I think because it starts the show, it's the end of my creative process most recently. And I think it's literally like, it's almost like an entrance into like my mental space. 100%. I think even just color wise, like, I mean, the other pieces are dark and they are black, but like that color palette, that's really where I'm at lately. Like, it's just focus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I feel, just coming out the shadows a little bit. That's what I'm trying to do by being here. I started with the eyes, you know what I mean? And I wanted to just have like that laser focus. Like that's me on 9 times out of 10 times of the day. And then the other time is when we're geeking and laughing and having fun. So it's like, I don't even think age comes into play because I've been like that as a kid. Like you could ask my parents, like when I was little, I was literally like nah, like don't mess with me type shit. So it's just like something, I feel like I got a chip on my shoulder. I don't know what it is, but I think that's just what it is. I'm just focused.
Going off of the chip on my shoulder, like, what did the show prove to you?
Yeah.
Actually.
I think for me, I don't mean this in any arrogant way, I think it confirms that my work is undeniable. It doesn't matter. We had 90-year-old women up in here.
We really did.
We had Instagram influencers twerking up in here. We had rappers up in here. We had curators up in here. And it's like, for them to all be in here and be able to take something away, being able to connect with them personally. Like a lot of these people, like we're connected now. Yeah. And I would connect with them again. So I think it's just really nice that my art can bring people together.
To me, I'm like, okay, God, I see you.
That's all it is. It's God, bro. Dog spelled backwards is God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's God. Because if you would have told me this, even the top of you and Brie are going to do a show again in June, and it's going to be Demon Dogs, and it's going to be in Miami, I would have been like, all right, bro. It doesn't make sense. But again, like to run it back with the same team, with the same title and the same things.
Something special.
It wasn't
really
me,
special.
you know?
That's how I feel. I'm like, we showed up as your curator, agent, whatever you want to say. We're here, and like, I'm so proud. Not only of your work, your work stands for itself, but like that you just showed up for it. It really was like, are you gonna pull out? And you did. Being here in Miami, I knew this was gonna rock. Your work, the curation around it, the meaning behind each piece, there's depth to it. So I knew it would be well received. However, to see everyone, like, honestly, I'm not shocked. Like, I'm like, this is why we did it in 2.5 weeks.
Absolutely.
There was a difference, like you said, influencers, ages ranging, styles. There's a meaning.
It's a blessing for real. Okay, so question for you.
What's up?
You had time to think about it. And I'm not even one to be like, what's your favorite piece? But like, you've seen a lot of my work. This is the second show we did together. In this room, is there any piece that really speaks to you more than any other?
That's so hard. Either going to be the centerpiece, some questions you have no business asking, or it's going to be our latest one. Do you know how to say it?
L'appel du vide.
Or the call of the void, translated.
For sure.
Because the eyes.
Yeah.
With both.
Yeah, okay.
So that was the latest one in DC. That was the latest Doberman piece that we opened up. The frame wasn't there.
Right.
This is the latest in Miami, but I feel like personally, seeing it as the center, right, compared to the one in DC, seeing it with the frame. You see how I was looking onto the side?
For sure.
I feel like that's me. I feel like a sniper when it comes to my work, when it comes to the work we're doing.
Right.
That's my energy on the inside. And so to see that as the centerpiece for the show and getting the love, like, maybe we weren't able to give it last year. I would say that's my favorite piece.
I feel that. I have another question. Demon Dogs 1, Demon Dogs 2. what do you feel like is the biggest difference between just your approach to how you curated it?
So definitely like just starting off with like the room is more of the white box gallery space that one day I'm gonna own. So
Right.
it was easier than the last space at Effington Hall because I think about this space a lot. Like just give me white walls, give me the industrial floor. Just having more of a traditional gallery space allowed me to be more intentional
Sure.
because the last space we had 2 floors, every wall wasn't symmetrical, every wall had something else. We had a piano, we couldn't move, how to move, I don't know. So
There's a lot going on.
just coming into it was a lot, I guess, smoother for me.
Right.
And then when it comes to the pieces, I mocked up the room in Photoshop and I stared at, like I was playing around with each piece literally for 2 hours.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, we can split up the dogs in between the portraits. Like that was a thought.
Right.
Then I was like, no, I want to be able, you were already creating dog portraits, starting with hellhounds.
For sure.
But you built more work around these dogs. So I really wanted to show love and like curate them together to tell a story. Centerpiece. But then also seeing the other works that we were like, yeah, bring it to Miami. Gold, gold, gold. So each one, I kind of just built off the walls with the framing.
Yeah.
So it's clear you have women figures on that side, but they're still anchored with the gold piece, which is the latest portrait.
Yeah.
This was, it gets interesting. I think it was smoother with this one and this one. This one was like, okay, it made sense to put your latest dog piece next to the vinyl. I played around with a lot of options, but when I landed in these placements on the walls, I was like, okay, let's do something. And then with this wall, dog, self-portrait of you.
Still a dog.
Still a dog.
Yeah.
And then we have Frank, but also when we talk about the eyes.
I mean, the similarities between these two, I'm really just peeping.
I think naturally I saw that after staring at things. Each one is looking at you and saying something differently, but at the same time it's intense.
Absolutely.
So that's this wall.
Absolutely.
Originally, we had the 2 smaller pieces on this side, and we had the longer vertical on that side, but you had a good suggestion on switching. I was going to say, what was it for you, like, to switch? How did that come to you?
I mean, at the crib, these two are always together. You know what I mean? That's like brother and sister. It's dope that like I like the ideas you present to me, and I like that like I never really have to edit much that you send me, like ever. If anything, I'll just be like, oh, like dot this I, cross this T. You know what I mean? Like, and I like the fact that like I don't have to use all my brain power into like setting up this flow. So like it gives me more space to just see like those little tiny pockets that we can slip into. And then once I seen like we had these abstract shapes, I was like, oh, that's a no-brainer. Like, let's just get weird. You know what I'm saying? So you made the foundation and it just let me be able to see what I needed to like perfect like the ultimate vision. So.
And I think it speaks to both of us as artists, but also just having a creative eye.
That's why we work so well together. I know like if I'm not in Miami or if I'm not in the room, I know you're ready to spin the block, get in somebody's space. Like I literally feel safe with you as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what every artist critically needs.
Why I also love working with you is energy. We don't have anything to prove, but we're hungry. You trusting just the whole process without knowing the studio we partner with, up to so many studios, without even knowing the space. The fact that you drove down here, I was buzzing because I was like, I'm not going to fail you. This is tough. And I think that's why I do it. When someone's building around you, it's like your input should drive everything. The curation, social promo, like, you know what I mean? Merch. But the fact that you allow me to come in where you can focus on painting.
Right.
I think that's why I'm also like, that's all I want to do. If I can just help you think less and allow you to focus on your creation, that's why I'm here. Like, that's literally why I'm here.
Literally a dream.
You want to walk around?
Sure.
Okay.
There.
You want to walk around?
You want to follow us? So what we thinking, bro?
It was a great show.
It was a great show. Cut to B-roll.